channel.
Hello guys, good afternoon. The drama between Nigeria versus Libya is not yet done as CAF is set to open up investigations into the issue as to what happened. Remember, we also brought you productions that the two countries in question have actually submitted evidences to CAF, the governing body of African football, as to what actually happened. And it's on this note I welcome you to the channel, final way to the channel that brings you the best and the best of every sporting analysis. Don't forget me on all other social media platforms. On Facebook, Final Whistle 931. On Twitter, now known as X, Final Whistle 931. On TikTok, Final Whistle 931. Of course, our YouTube page, Final Whistle 931. We'll bring you the full version of our stories. Don't just watch our videos. We want you to subscribe, like, and of course, drop your comment in the comment section. Let us know how we can actually improve on our production. Still talking about Nigeria versus Libya. You know, we brought a series of production as to what actually went on there, as our boys were actually held hostage for about 16 hours after landing in another airport that was not planned. They were supposed to land in Benin and Benghazi, where they were supposed to play the match, but regardless, they were actually diverted by Libyan authorities after the Tunisian pilot that piloted the Super Eagles from Nigeria down to Libya and was warned on numerous occasions as to divert the plane, and which eventually did, and we were happy that nothing actually happened to the boys. But regardless, this is something that the Nigerians and the NFF have actually been crying out to FIFA. They should investigate the issue and Libya should be sanctioned, as we feel that this was an act of retaliation. The Libyan side actually felt that the Nigerian did it first and they actually acted on retaliation purpose, and this is still a lot, as many Nigerians feel that CAF needs to do the needful and sanction them and do thorough investigation as to know the extent of the sanction and ban they're supposed to give the Libyan side. And we have fresh update as CAF is set to begin the ruling and hearing of the issue. Briefly, they say the decision by Confederation of African Football, CAF, that's the governing body of African football, on the botched 2025 AFCON qualifier between the Super Eagles and Libya in Benin will likely be known on Tuesday. Yes, we will know the decision they actually take on Tuesday, and we have a team of people that are actually assigned to this case. The Confederation of African Football has established a disciplinary panel led by Senegal's Osman Kane to investigate the circumstances surrounding the cancellation of the African Cup of Nations qualifier between Nigeria versus Libya. CAF has assembled a disciplinary committee to address the incident, which includes members as Jade Njeri Onyanego of Kenya, that's the vice president of CAF itself, South Africa's Norman Arensi, Mohamed Mustafa Al Mashta of Egypt, and other representatives from Chad, Lesotho, Niger, Uganda, and Sierra Leone. Interestingly, Nigeria's own Justice Roli Daibo Hariman served as the president of CAF's appeal board, with Cape Verde Faustino Varela Montero as vice president. In case Nigeria is not satisfied with the ruling, we now have an appeal board ready to actually proceed with the issue. And regardless, this is a news we deem worthy for you guys to know. You know, I've always followed on the production. We remember how we actually brought you production and how the Libyan side actually subjected our boys to a lot of harsh treatment, not welcoming them in the airport, diverting them to a deserted airport, if I must say. And some of the players actually reported sick, and they felt that their life was threatened. No Wi-Fi, no reception, no any other thing, unlike what we actually did for them. They actually came to Nigeria and landed in the wrong airport on their own accord, as we feel that it was a miscommunication from their side, because they were supposed to land in New York, but they landed in Port Harcourt regardless, and they felt that Nigeria didn't actually treat them well, and hence why they actually retaliated. And from all indication, they actually took it too far, if I must say. Not that I'm owning up to the fact that Nigeria actually did it first. I believe it was a miscommunication from their side as to why they actually got it wrong, because they were supposed to land in Oyo and not Port Harcourt. But regardless, this is something that the CAF has actually looked into, and we expect a nice judgment and ruling on Tuesday, 22nd of October. That is next week. Regardless, a lot of pundits have actually come aside to say that there's probability that the match will actually be played. I don't think we are concerned of how the match will be played. We are concerned of the sanction the Libyan side need to receive, a ban, if I must say. You know, we also brought you production on the legal repercussion of what they actually did, reimbursement, threat of life, national security, and every other thing that the Libyan side did. And according to our sources, this is not the first time, like I said, especially doing it to Nigeria. They've done it to Eyimba, if I'm not mistaken, when their club side actually went to play CAF Champions League. So this is not the first time they need to be sanctioned. And from all evidence submitted, viewers, this is no brainer, as we know that this ruling is supposed to be in the favor of Nigerians, because we showed you live footages and still displaying on the screen of how the boys were actually subjected to harsh treatment, if I must say, sleeping on the bench for about 16 hours. Who does that? No food, no water, no reception, no any other thing, no Wi-Fi. How are they supposed to contact their loved ones at home? Some of them were actually tweeting and say they were being afraid of their life, as they feel that they were being threatened. And then this is not a good one at all. Like I said, you held grown-up men for about 16, 17 hours. You held them to the extent that their club side have intention of sending private jet down to to Libya just to actually retrieve their player. This is not a good one. Like I said, it has painted African image on the bad side, and the Libyan side we feel that they need to pay, because if they don't pay, a lot of African countries are actually watching. And this is in build up to the AFCON tournament we're actually expecting. What is going to be the ruling of African governing body? They need to make a statement. They need to make a bold statement. They need to hold the win strong, so that we know that they're actually ready for this kind of tournament. So in as much as we call it football, we know it's a game of sportsmanship, and the players need to respect each other. And then we saw Tush Ekong MON, our captain, come outside to say, even before the match was actually played in Oyo, he actually apologized to the team captain of the Libyan side. He actually apologized to the head coach that it was not their intention to actually give them that kind of reception, that it was a miscommunication from their pilot. He was supposed to land in Port Harcourt and he landed in Oyo. We didn't know that they had planned to actually, you understand, replicate whatever treatment they felt that they got on. And aside from the treatment now, you understand, they actually trained, and they wanted to actually play the match with a walkover after they've actually destabilized the team, because in their one accord they actually trained, sent pictures to CAF that they were ready for the match. It took about 3 hours to the match yesterday before CAF actually and finally delisted that match. Probably they heard the cries of Nigerians and every other thing. You understand, there were a lot to bring you, my guys, because even after the player wanted to leave Libya, if I'm not mistaken, they sold for us aviation fuel 5 times the price, because they never wanted it to happen. You understand? So this is enough evidence for FIFA to actually commence on this type of ruling. You understand? It is no brainer. We regardless, let us give CAF the benefit of the doubt, but we all know that Libyan is the offending side, and if they are not dealt with properly, I'm looking at some countries even boycotting this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, because the players don't feel safe. How do you want them to travel next AFCON qualifiers match? Because as it stands, we still have 2 more matches to play. We're looking at matches against Rwanda and matches against Benin Republic. Not that we feel threatened, but we know that if a country can actually host another country like this and is not properly dealt with, other countries might want to try that. So regardless, this is a news, like I said, that is worth bringing to you guys, that the CAF will officially begin their ruling, and they have appointed delegates, disciplinary committee, to actually sit on the issue, and we expect their ruling on the 22nd October. Regardless, we'll bring you fresh updates after that. And that is all for me on this production. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms: on Facebook, Final Issue 931, on Twitter now as X Final Issue 931, on TikTok, Final Issue 931, of course our YouTube page, Final Issue 931. We'll bring you the full version of our stories. Don't just watch our videos, you can like, share, and of course drop your comment in the comment section. And keep a date with us always on Final Whistle as we bring you the full version of what they actually decide. See you next time.